Now, one of the areas that I thought was appropriate, okay, and this is why I needed permission to do this. And obviously, it goes without saying, past results are no reflection or no guarantee of any future results, right? I put that out as a disclaimer, okay? But for me, I'm a person where seeing is believing, right? I have to see things to know it works, right? So ultimately, before we go into the products and the platform in general, right? I think it's good to show you that these members are plugging away, okay, and also you're seeing where people are plugging into, right? For example, some Quantedge extras, some IQ scanners, right? Specifically Killshot. But you can see here, we don't need to win every single trade. Okay, you can see many blues, you can see a couple of reds. You don't need to win every single trade, right? But you can see this individual has gone ahead and made a 3-digit profit. Okay, and these profits do carry on, right? You can see a £20 profit there, and you're probably thinking that might not be a lot in terms of how this was made, right? Automation, okay, over 2 days, it's an 8% profit, okay, which is phenomenal. And as I said, you know, there are going to be winning days, there are going to be losing days, losing trades. It is part of the game, right? But you can see on screen, right, there are plenty of lovely numbers, right? Lovely. In fact, that's a phenomenal number. Life-changing numbers, right? You can see a deposit, you can see a profit, you can see the blues, and so on, right? And obviously, you can see members have gone on to withdraw, right? So it's not just about making money, it's about taking the money out, right? Paying yourself, because that's what we're here for, right? So you can see plenty of numbers, plenty of profits, etc. And I think it's valuable that before we get bombarded with information, one of the key things that I'm always concerned or conscious about is, will this work for me? And is there proof, right? Does it work, right? So this was an opportunity to share, right, some of the what the members essentially are doing, and how you can potentially become part of that, right? There's nothing that I would love more than seeing you put a profit screenshot, right, in the community. So, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, we decided to come across for the community, right? We wanted to see value for the community, right? Everybody leveling up, learning a very high income skill set, right? And in order to do that, right, you need to find the right place, right? So, what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to pass you back over to Caroline, who's going to go through some of the details in a bit more, detail. And I look forward to this. I'm absolutely buzzing for what's about to happen with this industry. I'm telling you. So I'll pass you back. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you all being on the call. And I'll speak to you shortly.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for that, Jay, showing some results. So guys, what I'm going to show you is, because look, we're not here for a slideshow, okay? Because that's definitely not how I like to show people exactly what it is that we're working with, okay? So I am going to share my screen now. So you can see now. Guys, just put it inside the chat if, can you see my screen, Jay? Just thumbs me up if you can see my screen. Okay, cool. Now, guys, do you know what this platform is? Can you put it in the chat if you recognize this here platform, okay? Right, TradingView, okay? This is TradingView. Now, I would say at least 99.9% of the people who are looking to trade use TradingView, okay? Where you can get information in real time. You can see that, right? This is TradingView, but this is a very blank canvas on TradingView, okay? So what we have here, because again, I've been in this industry for over 6 years now, and I have never come across a system that uses something like this. I've never come across a system that actually delivers real-time information so that you do not have to miss out on anything. Now, we have currently on TradingView, soon to be more, but we have 5 of these AI scanners that I'm about to show you, okay? So first things first, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a demonstration of some of these scanners so you can see them in operation, right? So first things first, okay, we have this one, okay? So let it load for a second. Okay, so give it a minute, let it load. Jay, if you could just let the people in the chat as well. Let me just, okay, where are we? DeFi. Oh, that's why. I did the wrong one. Okay, so this is one of the AI scanners that we are able to work with, okay? Now, let me just put it on the 1 minute so you can see, right? Now, with these scanners, you know, what you are able to do is something absolutely incredible, okay? So you can adjust the settings with these scanners. Now, you can set them to, let's say, scalp mode, swing mode, intraday mode, standard mode, whatever type of trader you are, you can set these scanners to that kind of mode, okay? If you're somebody that likes the fast-paced scalping, you can set them to scalp mode, okay? Now, if I just go into the settings of this particular scanner, for example, okay, you can see that you can adjust the settings. Now, look, I'm a lady. I have it on ladies mode, okay? I like the purples, but you can have it on any color that you like, right? Now, what I was saying down here, you can adjust it to see what you want to see, okay? You can change it to a +3 scorecard or above. I would recommend keeping it on a +3 scorecard, okay? Now, what you can do down here is, again, squeeze, standard, stretch, or swing. So if you're somebody that is busy, you're working, you haven't got time to be in and out of the market looking, it doesn't matter, because you can set this scanner to a swing mode scanner, okay? So it will call out trades based on swing trades, okay? Hopefully that makes sense to you. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter, because, you know, all of this information is stuff that we're going to go through, okay? But this is just to give you a brief example as to what it is that we actually have here. Now, also what you can do is you can set alerts on these scanners. So you don't have to be sitting here day in, day out, looking, watching, waiting. You can set alerts to these scanners. Now, you can add scanners to the mix as well. Let me just add. So this one is our SmartShot scanner, okay? So SmartShot is going to do something slightly different, okay? It's going to give you the different kind of trading zones that we're in. Are we in the New York? Are we in the Asian? Are we in the London? Okay. Now, guys, it doesn't matter if you don't understand what these scanners are and what they do. You will be shown exactly how to use these scanners. Okay. Now, obviously, if you're a complete beginner, you will go on to something like DeFi, or you'll go on to something that I'm about to show you in a minute. Okay. So these are just a couple of demonstrations of our scanners. We've got another one here, which is Bullseye. Okay. Now, as you can see as well, this one will also call out trade ideas. A trade idea came in. You can see it went from entry, and this is a current trade, and it's just hit TP3. Okay. This is Bullseye. You can't get any simpler. This is where you enter, and you take one of these as your exit points, okay? So you can use these on different time frames. Again, you can set alerts to alert you of the trade, so you're not having to sit there and just watch day in, day out, okay? Which makes life so much easier, okay? I'm a mum. I've got 3 kids. I'm a single mum. I've got 3 kids. So having the alerts helps me. This helps me, and I know that it helps other people within our community, okay? So again, this is another scanner that we have. Now, we also have this one right here, Supernova. Very, very simple, and it works off a very, very simple concept. But, Okay. Now, guys, I'm not going to go into too much about the scanners, but I'm going to show you another scanner. Now, the person that created this scanner, I have to say, I am definitely a fan. Okay. I'm a fan, I have to admit. Now, this scanner, like, we worked in the same company together. And when this person left, I think I almost cried. Okay. So I had to know where he went. Okay. Because think about it, guys. This scanner is so easy to use. It operates off a simple system. Okay. This is an entry for a trade. Okay. And the way that he teaches how to use this, I would have to say, has been my turning point when it came to trading, when it came to understanding how the market moves. This is Killshot. Now you can use Killshot in alignment with Supernova as well. So here you can see the EMA's cross, okay? This would be a sell signal, okay? This is a further confirmation of a sell signal, okay? And obviously we've got this EMA above. So therefore, that tells me that this is a perfect opportunity to enter the trade. Now, guys, you don't have to sit and wait. You can set alerts for the stars. You can set alerts for the EMAs. You can even set alerts for these or this, okay? So you don't have to sit around and wait for a trade to come through. I have to say that this scanner, right, hands down, this scanner has been the simple, the main factor to the results that you see from me. Okay, you saw a snapshot of what Jay showed. One of them results was mine. The one with 95,000, that was mine. Guys, let me enlighten you on something. It all came from this scanner. All of it. Okay? This is like the be all and end all for me. I love this scanner. I use it all of the time. And I'm going through this scanner every single day. We have 2 to 3 sessions a day, okay? Where we are helping people to also utilize this system and these scanners. We have a lady that has just made a withdrawal of 22,000 because of this scanner and the sessions that we are having. Now, she isn't the only person. There are people that work in long hours in hospitals, you know, in the NHS. They come home, they join a session, they're making anything from 1,500 and up because of this scanner, okay? There is people in the platform who just got themselves a brand new car because of systems like this. These are real stories from real people, okay? So guys, soon enough, I'm about to bring this person up, okay? But before I do, I would like to show you one other thing that we do actually have within this platform, okay? Before I come back to this. Now, hopefully it's showing. Okay, so as you can see, these are some of the scanners that I've gone through, but you can see that we do have more, okay? Now, one thing that we also do have, which is game changing, okay? We have our IQ Social. IQ Social will send out trade ideas as well, okay? We have so much more, guys, but we don't have time to go over absolutely everything. But we do have apps. We do have this here. IQ Social will send you out trade alerts on your mobile phone. And I'm sure everyone has a mobile phone, right? Okay. Then you have IQ Sync, which is a semi-automated system. Okay. A semi-automated system. Now, guys, I just want to say we have got almost 100 people. We are at 100 people on this call. Okay. Now, a semi-automated system means that you have the opportunity to say, yes, I want to execute this trade, and it will be automatically duplicated for you on your account, okay? Then, here comes the real sauce. We have automated trading, guys. Fully automated. You could be in bed and a trade could be being taken for you. You could be running around the living room after your kids and a trade could be executed for you, right? Literally. Okay? Now, let me bring you back. Let me bring you back to this. Now, guys, imagine, right, putting together a scanner. Putting together a scanner takes some doing. I don't even think I could ever do something like this. Okay? But the person that put together this very scanner, okay, we get to work with very closely. But imagine what has gone in and the knowledge that has gone into developing a scanner like this. Okay? Guys, we have access to this very person. And when I say he's a trader and a half, he's a trader and a half. We have access to this person in the automated trading system. Okay? Therefore, whenever he executes a trade, we get to benefit from them very trades. Okay? So, guys, this person has helped thousands of people literally go from zero to changing the entire course of their lives. Okay? In this game because of the passion that this person has. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing for a second. Because of the passion that this person has when it comes to helping people really understand how to actually trade. Guys, he helped me. If it wasn't for this person, I wouldn't be showing results of 95,000. You wouldn't see that. It was because of this person, because the time that he put in to help other people and the scanner that he put together. Okay. So, guys, I want you to put some fire in the chat because we are so very, very fortunate to have somebody like this to be able to work with. Okay. And when I say he's the most accessible person, he is. But, guys, I wouldn't give you his number because I know for a fact he'd blow his phone up, right? And we don't want to put too much pressure on him. Okay. So, without further ado, I want to bring up the legend himself, Mr. US 30 Sniper, Jay Bonham. Jay, are you here? Can you hear? There we go. There we go.
Yeah, I'm here.
Let me pin you. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much for the kind introduction. I see some familiar names in the chat as well. Um, we really focus on. We're going to talk about a couple things that we really focus on here. As we know, Carolyn and Jay both went through some trading stuff. They shared some amazing results, and of course, results are you know segmented to who is behind the trading, but we give you the tools. And one thing I'll tell you guys about the scanners is that most people change scanners like they change their shoes. And the one thing about me is that I've been using that same scanner for over 6 years. So not only have we started with that scanner, I created it, I built it, I started with just a 50 EMA. And now you can see there's a 50, a 20, a 238, there's stars, there's histograms, there's point of controls. There's all these pieces that as we moved along, I found could help benefit us, that we could add to the scanner. Now, the one thing that was super, super important was that I could give a tool to somebody who might be brand new to this, who maybe hasn't been trading for years, or maybe they're a month in, maybe they've never traded before, and they could pick that tool up and they could win. And that doesn't mean you're going to have withdrawals like Carolyn, but you're going to be able to move your accounts forward, right? And that's the whole goal in trading, is that we know that the newest person can come in and just follow some signals, press a buy or sell button, close it in some profit, and they could really change what they're doing. That's where that tool came from, right? That's the whole reason that tool is created, because as Carolyn kind of talked about there, lots of us are busy and we're running around. I, too, am also a very busy human. I have 4 children. I manage almost $100 million in multiple hedge funds across the world. So I'm a very busy man. So what I had to do was I had to create something to help people when I wasn't there. Because the number one request I got when I very first started educating, that was people asked if I could just be live 24 hours a day. And as well as I'd like to be able to do that, that is just not feasible in any sort of lifestyle. So while I had to create a tool that anybody could pick up, because Everybody here and anybody here who's been around the trading space or been around the trading game is, there's the shiny object. Mine rules are the one that works, and mine's the best, and yada, 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 and all those things. The one thing I'll tell you is I think people can win with multiple strategies and multiple scanners and multiple tools and all those things. I think that there's lots of things that can help you beat this market, but I 1000% know that my scanner combined with the rules that we teach you'll win in the market. And once we can do that, we can start to focus on some of those other things, some of those things that might be longer learning curves, support and resistance, fair value gaps. But we talk about, Wyckoff and ICT and all these things that people are like, what the hell are you talking about when it comes to trading? But what I can do is I can give you a tool so you can win out of the gate so that you're starting to make money while you're still learning. You can start to earn while you learn. And that's really what that tool is for. So that when you have time, say when the kids, you've dropped the kids off at school, you can sit down for an hour and trade. You can pull up that scanner, you can find a trade, you can make some pips. And then you can go about your day. So on that note as well, combined with what the tool, the availability, what it gives you in terms of, being able to win, we also do live calls. And I know Carolyn does multiple a day as well. I also go live three times a day. I trade at New York Open and we make money in seconds. I'm not exaggerating when I say, our trades will close in profit in 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 10 seconds, 2 minutes sometimes, because we're taking these in times of volatility. And so you can get on, takes about 1 day to learn what I do, and you can just follow along. You can make some money then. The one thing, being in this space for so long, I wanted to kind of fill all those verticals. I wanted to be in a place where I could give somebody a tool if they really wanted to sit down and learn to trade on their own and have a tool that they could beat the market. Then I wanted them to have the availability to get on with me, trade with me a couple times a week so they could also make some money. And then when it comes to, that 24 hours a day sort of access is we wanted to start, and we're going to talk about auto. We're going to talk about the ability to have your account attached to one of my accounts that when I trade, you get it as well. And that doesn't mean that means I just trade my accounts. And when I trade some of my accounts, you get those trades too. And we've created this system so that every single piece of what trading is and what trading needs to be is covered. And so you can really spend your time. And I know there's a lot of talk here, about how we can make money and all those things. And that's important because obviously in trading, the results need to make us some money, right? But for some people might take 12 months to learn how to trade. Some people might take a month. Some people might take 12 years to learn how to trade and do this on their own. And while they're here doing that, we want them to have the ability to already make some money, to earn while they learn, right? To be in a position where your accounts are moving forward. There's lots of lessons in watching how I trade. Lots of lessons in watching the trades that I come in, the profits that I take, and the losses that I take, and how we just keep moving forward. We just keep trading. We just keep trading forward. Sometimes losses are going to come. We just get back up and trade again, and we keep moving forward. There's lessons in all of these things. So while, yes, you can get connected, you can be totally hands-free, you can be asleep, you can be doing whatever you want, and knowing that trades are coming through on your account, you can do all that stuff. But there's an education side to this as well. While you can make all that money work for you, you can also pick up a skill that can pay you forever. The one thing that I like to talk about is that, the greatest lesson I ever learned in trading was actually not the ability to make money. And that might seem a bit silly to a lot of people, but the greatest lesson I ever learned was to be disciplined and do the same thing when things weren't easy. And that lesson that I've learned in there has kept me trading now. I'm going into 7 years of trading. Like I said, I manage hedge funds. I'm about to have a regulated hedge fund in Poland. I have one in Ecuador. I have one in Panama. I have multiple hedge funds all over. We're about to open our own broker in Cayman. So I'm as professional as it comes when it comes to trading. And the reason I still get on live and the reason we still use these tools and the reason we still trade together is because I feel like there's something more than just going somewhere to make money. I feel like there's a bigger picture here that you can do all that while learning the skill yourself. Because what's important here is that when you come in and you get connected to people, while we can make money. But what's super important is what you can learn while you're here, because that's the value you get to keep. That's not only can we do that, we can also teach you how to do this for yourself. And one thing that's super, super important is that that skill will change the trajectory of your life. It will change how you earn money, how you look at money, what you do with money, how you live your life, because you have taken control of how you make money. And once you can have that control of how you make money, life changes. Life changes. I could go live anywhere. I could live anywhere in this world, and all I need is my computer, and I can make money. I can take care of my family. I'm teaching my 16-year-old son how to trade. His risk management is horrible, but teaching him, teaching him how to trade too, because that's where life changes. Doesn't just change in making a $500 or 1,000. Of course, that's going to take some pressure off and put you in a better place financially. But what you can truly do here, and what's truly life changing, is picking this skill up. Now you can come in, like I said, and get attached. If that's not for you, you can come in, you can get attached to all the things we do and just make money. But if you truly want to learn how to have that power in your hand, that's what we do here. That's where my life truly changed. It truly changed, about 2 years into this, when I was making enough money that I don't have to do anything else but trade. I could trade from my computer for an hour and a half a day. I learned how to make what I used to make in a year in a month. Then I learned how to make what I was making in a month into a day. And then I learned how to do that in an hour. And now I literally at Open can do that in minutes. Now, when you want to talk about being efficient with how you make your money, that then gives you time to do whatever you want, to live whatever life you want, spend time with your kids however you want, travel however you want, sit on the beach, do whatever you want, because you don't have to spend 8 to 10 hours a day just making money just to get by. That's when I first started trading, and the first couple months, even just on a demo account when people were testing things, I found out very quickly the potential of trading. And once I found that potential, I made a deal with myself. I shook my own hand and said, I am going to stay here until this is done. And for me, it doesn't ever really truly seem to be done, because I'm always just going to next level, to next level, to next level. But once I realized in trading that I was truly playing a game that couldn't be won. And one thing you guys will understand, and anybody who works a job knows, that there's levels, right? There's like, I can get a raise, I have a promotion, this is the highest amount of money I make. And I can use this as a reference to my own job. I was in the hospitality industry for 20 years. I was a GM, I owned a restaurant, I owned a nightclub, I did all those things. There was a limit to how much money I could make, because it was directly related to how much time I could give it. Right? So I was getting paid a certain amount an hour, or we were getting a salary, something like that. There was these limits to how much money that I could make. And that limit limited my life, because that's as far as I could go. And once I realized that trading was a game without limits, there was truly the only limit in trading is how much money I can get. And that's it. And the world has enough for everybody. I was playing a game that truly couldn't be won. It could only get better, and only could get better, and only could get better. And eventually I got to a place that I didn't even think was possible. Now I get to help teach you guys to have that mindset, to give you guys the tools to also live that life for you. And we can, like I said, we can get in, we can trade and make you money, but there's a huge value in coming in here and learning how to do this for yourself. Because once you have that skill, nobody can take it from you. And you get to make that decision in your life. And that's what trading truly did for me. So that's what I'm trying to pass on to you guys. I want to give you these tools in the beginning, so right out of the gate you can see the potential that trading can provide, and then we can work as long as it takes to get you to that potential. And that's what I promise you here. So I want to leave you guys with that. Thank you, Carolyn and Jay and Sarah. I see Sarah in the chat, but I see on Jay's name up there. I'll pass this back to Carolyn so that she can, close down this call and have that conversation. So thank you so much, Carolyn, for letting me come up here and speak. And I hope I inspired some people to take a look at what we have going on here and take a look at some of this trading. So I will pass this back to you and you can take over.
Thank you so much. Well, I get inspired every single time I hear I hear this person speak because it was him that inspired me to really want to, do the most when it comes to this industry, okay? And when you work with somebody that really wants to help so many people, it is contagious. You can't help but want to operate that way as well. Okay. And like I said to you, we do multiple sessions every single day because our goal is to see you guys win, right? Now, guys, everything I've showed you, okay, I didn't show you everything that we have, but I showed you some scanners. I showed you that we have 3 apps that will enable you to trade, okay? Semi-automation, automation as well, being connected to the likes of Jay as well, okay? Having access to the scanners, the education, the groups, everything, honestly, is one, incredible. But now, if I had have heard this before this industry, I would have thought that's going to cost me a lot of money to get started into something like this, right? It's got to. All that value, guys, you can be a part of this, right, for literally $299. That's nothing. In the grand scheme of your success, absolutely incredible, okay? To have access to automated trading, to have access to somebody who's helped people make multiple 6 figures in trading, okay? So guys, I'm going to leave you with that, right? Now, if you think that's too expensive, then clearly, this is the wrong call for you, okay? Because what price would you put on your own success, okay? Now, guys, get back to whoever added you onto this call. And, let's get you in to our community so you can actually see when we say family, we actually mean family. Okay, so you can be a part of the sessions. You could literally be on a session like every single day, at least 2-3 times a day from myself and other people combined. Okay, no, it's not $299 a month. Okay, so that is the initial fee to get yourself in, right? Guys, get back with whoever invited you to this call and get yourself in. Do not sleep on something like this and do not pass up on something like this because I can guarantee you this is the #1 community out there and the #1 platform, okay? I promise you that, right? So guys, that's it. That's been me. Appreciate everyone for being on the call. Again, thank you so much, Jay, for coming on the call and inspiring everyone. And guys, we'll see you in the chat.